What is going on, my fellow wrestling nerd and nerdette? So, like I told you guys, I'm going to be doing the in-depth review of this Guerrero belt. I do have a few belts that I'm going to compare it to as well. It's going to be my version 2 that I have, and I'm just going to probably compare it to these other ones. Probably take them out of the case in a little bit. But yeah, I'm not going to go like super in, like as far as the measurements go, because that's all that is posted on the actual WWE site. But I will, like I said, I'll do a side-by-side comparison, and I'll get as close as I can up to the belt, get as best as I can, details and stuff like that over this beautiful, amazing belt. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna go over the belt itself. So right now I have, you guys can see my fan going on in the reflection right there. So I have my living room light on, and I have the shades open for my outside. So the belt itself, I was looking over it a lot, and you can tell like these, okay, it's kind of hard to not compare it right away. So you guys saw in the video, like this coloring is very beautiful. You know, it's very smooth. As you can see, each individual plate itself has the little outline on the actual plate itself, and then on the actual strap it has a outline as well. And these are pretty thick plates, as you guys can see right here. Way thicker than the version 2 that I have, that I'll compare it to right now in a minute. And then you have this freaking crazy ass, like my hand fits completely right underneath it. Like this freaking curve is ridiculous. So that makes it look even more better, honestly. Like it looks freaking amazing. And it doesn't make it feel as big as the version 2 that I have, because that one is just flat. So this curve right here is freaking beautiful. Sorry, the hair right there. So this curve is really beautiful. You can see the thickness of the plate right there. And then same with the outline. This outline goes all the way around and on the actual plate itself. I did have that little scuff right there. Yeah, that's not gonna go away. That's not gonna go away, unfortunately, but it's okay. The rest of the beauty of the belt, you know, distracts you from that. So then we go over to the other side. I noticed this. I put this out to, you know, for the belt to get flat, and I noticed these kind of, you know, wrinkles right away. Kind of sucks, because I did plan on hanging this belt up across there. That's an empty shelf, but I did plan on having it across there. I probably still will. It just kind of sucks that, like, you know, this side still, it's like slowly starting to come in, if you guys can see, and this one's already wrinkled up. So yeah, it's just a small nitpick, but yeah. And then same thing with these plates. Have the outline as well, pretty thick. Here we go, you guys can see. So I did look on the site to see what the you know, what the thickness is of each plate. I'll probably screenshot that and then post it in the video somewhere in the corner, so you guys can see the dimensions that set is supposed to come with. And then you have the you know, snap box on this. Or it doesn't even have a box, it's just, you know, the snaps on this side. The smoothness is really good. And then you have the actual, you know, thickness of the strap itself, which is really nice. And then we'll go ahead and flip this over. So yeah, you know, there's not too much detail on this side. You do have the flame belts, and you have you still, you know, see the big ass curve right here, and then same with this side. So I just do like how this is like is gold. So really cool Signature Series Championship title. So this version 2, that I've had this one for a few years now. So when I was first starting getting into belts, I was trying to figure, I just love this one because of how big it is. Like this belt is freaking ridiculous. It can be too big for some people. If you like, you know, fitted belts and stuff like that, this is definitely not the one for you. I will show in a minute. I'll put it on so you guys can see how big it is on me. This is a side by side, because I believe that these are version 2 plates. They're just bent. So this one is completely flat, as you guys can see. The plates on here are not thick at all, right there. Compared to this one. Now, you guys can kind of see how similar in, you know, width and height that they are. So there's the width right there. I'm just gonna lay this one on top. There we go. So I'm gonna lay it right on top and go, you know, pretty much sky view of it. So it's pretty much, you know, the exact same width and everything like that, the whole belt, the plates and stuff like that. So I'll lower it a little bit so you guys can kind of see that it is, you know, pretty much the same plate. It's been redone. I'm gonna go over that right now, but you know, the same size, it just has that crazy ass curve. So it, you know, makes it look a little bit smaller, I guess, if you want to say that. But this one is freaking amazing. You guys can see, like I said, this belt is pretty old, and I have, you know, tried to not polish it, but you know, I bought some stuff from like Michael's or Joann's and stuff like that to like kind of like shine it up a bit, and that's pretty much the best that I've gotten. So definitely a lot duller, but also too, it has a lot more detailing, as in like the black. So we'll start with the left side right here. So these plates, you guys can see the thickness of them. So that's pretty thick, and all these plates are gonna be pretty much like stupid thin. Like you guys can see how thin these are. And before we go any further, I will show you that this is an actual replica. So there it is, the official WWE badge or whatever, 2010. I bought this from someone off of OfferUp while I was stationed in California. So yeah. So this is an official belt. It's not like one that I bought off and trying to compare it. So that's out of the way. So I believe they have the same number of snaps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so same number of snaps. Now going off right here, you can see that the black that's around this one is not like, you know, obviously this is older, but the plate itself is not very well. At first I thought it was good, like, but compared to like the newer ones, it's not even a comparison. Like it's freaking, it's like this one is so much nicer. I don't even know how to, like this one just looks like, you know, it looks like something that I would do or that someone else would do. We just kind of draw it on yourself. This looks like it's, you know, supposed to be placed on there. It looks very, very nice. You know, one thing that this belt doesn't have, it doesn't have any of the etching on the borders. You guys can see right there, all these stamps and, you know, WWE champion and anything like that. This definitely looks a lot smoother compared to this one. This one actually has the like stitching going on the outside as well as the marks going there. So yeah, and then let's go on to this plate. This one has a big difference. So you guys can see the line right there. It's all etched out in black and everything. The only, it has a color right here in the middle on the shield. The line's all etched in black. So are these designs, these patterns, floral patterns, whatever you call them. And then you go to the new one and nothing except this. And it is a very, very kind of like darkish blue. It doesn't pop as much as that one over there. Sorry, focus, there you go. And yeah, there's no black on the lion floral padding or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure it's the exact same, you know, how you call it, mold or whatever it is. Just this one obviously doesn't have any black, which at first that's kind of bugging me. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, that one looks really nice detailed, but like the gold by itself just looks really, really nice. So it would have been cool to have maybe some black in there, but it doesn't look, excuse me, it doesn't look too bad. So, you know, that kind of is a little overdone, and this one's like really plain. So if they could have found like in the middle how to do it, then that would have been cool. But I mean, can't complain too much. So now going on to, before we go to the main plate, just go to this side. This one is a lot more in depth on the etching on the outside. So it looks really nice compared to this one, which is very, very light. So you can't really tell. Same thing with the border, not that great. Here is this one. I tried to clean up these diamonds. I'll probably have to buy some different ones to just finally replace them, like some Swarovskis or something like that, crystals. This one's very, very well done, very detailed, really nice etching. And then same thing with the lion on this one. Black on, you know, really detailed. This one, you know, not so much with the black, but the actual pattern and detail itself looks really, really nice. So that's why I didn't complain too much about it, because it wasn't like it's a flat. Like you have all these different engravings and stuff like that. So in different, I want to say heights, but like crazy detailing where it does pop by itself, even though it doesn't have color. So not too much to complain about. Sorry guys, I'm like bending over talking, so I'm like, ugh, okay. Okay, so now onto the main plate. So like I said, the biggest difference is obviously the curve. That's what's gonna make it look like this one pops out way more than this one. Right right off the bat, you guys should be able to see how much more black and detailing they used in this top one compared to this one. This Eddie plate, I believe I got it from, it's one of those online websites, I can't remember. So that's why it wasn't the one that it came with. So that's why that's kind of, not kind of, that's why that's off. So yeah, so as you guys can see, this has a bunch of like detailing in black, you know, all pretty much everywhere that they have these like little swirls and stuff like that, it's all etched in black. And if you go down to the Eddie belt, none of that happens, but they have really, really good texturing in there. Very well, very deep. This one is like, you can barely feel it, you know, considering how thin these plates are. I'll go through there again. You know, that this one actually like is so much thicker that they're actually able to etch in a lot of detail into this. So I'm just gonna kind of scan back and forth, see if you guys can see like, or, you know, see the differences. So you still have the, you know, the black right here coming out from the stars. Right here, you still have some of the same black, same with the star coming up top. And then again, another big thing is, you know, with the eagle, the feather, like on this one, like it all kind of blends in because of all of the black that's, you know, right there. It kind of just blends in with the feathers. Whereas in this one, the feathers are the only ones that are really etched in black. And then you have just like this texturing right here, which is really, really nice. And same thing with the jewels. You have like the black around the jewel here, whereas here it is just plain. It looks really nice. It pops by itself. There's not as much black going on. Like whatever needs to be black, like is black on the belt. And then whatever is like, this is just like, you know, I want to say, like now that I have it, I want to say it's cheaper, but the way they made it look more detailed was by adding in all this extra black, you know, and like, and everywhere that they pretty much could. So it's not too bad. It's just when you have it, you know, side by side to the new Eddie belt, it's like ridiculously like, this one is so much better. Like, you know, I'm not just trying to say it because you know, my wife bought it and spent all this money on it, but seriously, like this is freaking awesome. Like another one right here, you could tell, I just popped in my, or I just saw right now, is that this extra black part right here, it's there, but it's not painted on this one. Let's see what else. The champion letters here, like barely, like, let's see if I can get the letters themselves. Sorry, like they're barely, you know, lifted or whatever you want to call it. Like here, you can, they're sticking up a lot more. The actual letters themselves are a lot cleaner. Look at this one, like how the A and the N, they're kind of like off, whereas here it's just straight, like perfect. So yeah, and it's just like, you know, like I said, this one looks really cool just, you know, when I first had it, but like now just see, like, you just kind of notice that like this is way overdone with all the detailing and stuff, whereas this one is just perfect. Like especially too, you know, like the differences of how much black they used on the actual banner, the ribbon on this one too, right there. It was really nice. And then like the eagle isn't as dark on the new Eddie belt than it is on the old version too. This one's just really, really dark, which looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, because it makes the eagle stick out more, but this one just looks a lot more, you know, cleaner and smoother. So yeah. And then like I said, this nameplate I got done off of one of the sites online, so it's not gonna compare to the actual Eddie one. So yeah, and the scratch logo, like you guys can see, it's like, it's not even like as detailed. Like look how kind of bland it is, and like look at this one, like complete scratch, you know, like you can see every little scratch, you know. Same with that one, so you get it to focus. See, same with that one compared to this one. Sorry, it sits in the glass case on there. So this is with it next to the Attitude Era belt. Really, really cool. Still has the old WWF logo. Same thing, I bought this one in California on OfferUp. Now this is the first belt, I'm gonna go around this way. This is the first belt that I had that had some sort of curve on it, like barely any, right there. Like I could, you know, my fingers are touching right away, compared to like this one where I could just seriously fit my whole hand under there. So still really good looking belt. This is like, I kept this one. I sold a lot of my other belts, but I kept this one just because this is when I started watching wrestling, like the WWF, because I was always a WCW guy. So once they finally got bought out and stuff like that, I would go back and forth and I would see this one. But you know, if they did a little bit more detail on the eagle, this would be really nice. But you know, everything's amazing about the belt too. So, but yeah, so this like round plate by itself, it's pretty big. But there it is, right next to the Eddie belt. So, yeah. This is the WWE version of the big gold. I know, I need to get a WCW one. The reason why it has Undertaker is because it does have the scratch logo. If not, Sting's name would be on here. But yeah, so I like overdid this one. I got the big old red things from, I think, Michael's. I put it on there. I got the Swarovski crystals, put them in the middle right there. And then the little red jewels right there. Undertaker nameplate. But this like this is like probably like the biggest one with the undisputed one that I have, which fits pretty big, you know, what's it called, width or height wise, whatever you want to call it. So another big pretty belt. I got this one in California as well. So this is a top view comparison, belt wise, to the Eddie belt. And then for a more recent comparison, this is the belt that we have. Well, not anymore, actually. Do we have this one? Yeah, we do, actually. We still have this one. Sorry, Jim McIntyre has this one right now. But yeah, so this one, signed by AJ. I was so happy I finally got to meet him. So really, really cool. This is a commemorative belt. And yes, these are real metal plates on the side. If you guys haven't seen my video, I showed you guys in that video how to put the actual metal side plates onto a commemorative belt. So I did it on the WWE World Championship, and I also did it on the Universal one that my beautiful wife got me. So yeah, so make sure you guys, if you guys are wondering why that is or how that is, it's possible. I showed you guys in the video how it's done, and you know, myself doing it as well and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you guys check that out. But here is kind of a comparison of what we have now compared to the Eddie belt. So, you know, length is, you know, a little bit shorter than the Eddie belt. You guys can see right there. Height wise, let me see, go ahead and put this. So I gently laid it down, but you know, it covers up pretty much the Eddie belt pretty well right there. But yeah, so there's that. This is the version 2 that I have. So I'm what, like 5'6". I'm not too tall, and my waist size is a 34. So that kind of gives you of how, you know, I think I weigh like 190 something, 200 pounds, something like that. So that's kind of give you an idea of how it fits. So the main problem that I had with this belt, and you can see it, is it's not curved at all. So it's just seriously flat, and it makes it stick out a lot more, even off the strap itself. So you guys can see probably from the back, the actual plate, you know, coming off the side right there. So that was one of the biggest complaints that I had about this belt. But I mean, like when you wear it, it feels freaking awesome because like of how big it is. I just hated how it like stuck out completely. And you know, this is probably, here's like my pelvic area, like right before. I mean, this is not a kid's channel, so this is like right before it goes into my freaking.
We get it, babe.
Yeah, my private parts are like right here, right above it, and my belly button's like right here in the middle, and this is like my lower chest right here. So it seriously takes up all of my midsection, lower waist, pelvic area. So right there. But yeah, so that's you can see how it is. It's a little small 360. So yeah, that was the only like major complaint I had about this, is that it just stuck out wide from right here. So, and you can hear one of our boys is fussing. So we're gonna have some commentary. So I'll just go ahead and put on the Eddie belt, since that's like the one you're gonna compare it to the most. So the length on this Eddie belt's a lot more. So I'm going to the last 2 buckles, the last 2 snaps. If I can get them on. There we go. Alright, one's good enough. Yeah. So as you can see, it looks a lot better, a lot cleaner. Doesn't feel like it sticks out a lot more like crazy. The plate is coming off a little bit off the strap. You can see that or not, but this one feels a lot shorter too. Like here's like my pelvic area, or the bottom part, and then here's my waist. So or not waist, but lower chest. So it does feel a little bit smaller. It doesn't feel like it sticks out more, even though the plates are bulkier. That curve like sits really nice, so it kind of forms along with your body. So really, really nice. Probably the only time I'll wear this belt, maybe. Let's say, unless I find tights and boots, I could be Eddie Guerrero for Halloween. Your beautiful wife. One of the twins. There's the other one. So this one fits very nice. I had a replica before, and I don't think the plate was curved at all. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I don't think the replica belts of this type have a curve at all. I don't think it could. But, I mean, this one fits really nice. It's a commemorative, so it's very, very light. But when you put it on, it feels really nice, so yeah. But since it is square, it does have, since it is square, it does have these gaps right here. Yeah, so you can look at how much gap is inside. Like, I'm trying to straight, somewhere like that. But yeah, it's like how far this one goes straight out. Like, I could fit my whole hand in there. And this is like, the belt, yeah, it's not as tight as it could be, but you don't want it as tight as it could be anyways. But that just shows how crazy straight this belt is, where it has all this extra gap right here. So kind of protruding my belly out. Now you can see on this one, the curve actually goes with your stomach, with your belly. So there's not that much space, you know, at all. So there it is, you know, pretty much almost lays completely flat. You do have some part that comes around here, but very nice, very comfortable. That is my review on the belt, the in-depth review on it and the comparison. Still not gonna get rid of this one, still like it, but this one is so much better, honestly.
My bad.
It's your other boyfriend. His name is Potential Spam.
Oh.
You have a cute nickname for your boyfriend.
Shut up, Dera. So stupid.
Anyways.
Throw this damn camera down.
Anyways, yeah, so sorry, a lot of goofing out, but you know, it's all fun. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer them as soon as I can and as accurately as I can. Hopefully you like the review. Let me know if you have any more questions. And I've repeated that like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I do more Funko Pop nerdy stuff on there, not so much wrestling, but it's just some good, you know, nerd content as well. And hope you enjoy the video. And as always, remember, stay nerdy and viva la raza. Yay!